This is breaking news.
Kate Middleton might not appear in public again until 2025. Here's what we know, quoting sources and unnamed friends of the Princess of Wales. A Daily Beast article says her calendar has been cleared for the rest of the year. Are things even worse for Kate Middleton than we've been told? It could certainly seem that way right now. For the casual headline reader, two alarmist tidbits have emerged over the last few days, both, on the surface at least, seeming to suggest that the Princess of Wales may be sicker than the palace has let on. And, given that the official record already shows that she's had a major abdominal surgery requiring months of recovery, further complicated by the discovery of cancer during said procedure that requires preventive chemotherapy, that's quite ill indeed. The first piece of news, King Charles and Prince William both abruptly pulled out of engagements they had scheduled for last week and have postponed a raft of others planned for the month of June. A sign of Kate's declining health? Not so fast. This one is easily fact-checked by reading, say, 2 sentences further down any report of this, for once, true story. The reason Charles and William are paring back their public appearances until early July is because the Prime Minister just called the surprise election, and, in an effort not to seem to be influencing the outcome, the by-design above-politics constitutional monarch and his heir are swerving what Buckingham Palace in a statement called events that might appear to divert attention or distract from the electoral process. The second concerning tidbit, however, is not quite as easily discarded as unrelated info recast in a sinister light to keep the conspiracy train chugging along. See, that recent red-tinged portrait of Charles, which certain corners of the internet interpret as the royal family becoming increasingly shameless about trumpeting the satanic cabal they're running over there at Buckingham Palace. This next piece of information comes courtesy of the Daily Beast, which cites unnamed royal sources who claim that Kate's work calendar is blank until at least 2025. I am told that Kate's diary for this year is empty. There is nothing planned. She may not appear in public for the rest of the year, this anonymous contributor told the outlet's royal columnist. A few things to note here. This is third-hand information, someone told the source. The source told the Daily Beast. The DB is telling the public, which, as anyone who's watched Judge Judy well knows, is hardly the most credible kind of information. That said, it is corroborated by the fact that just last week, spokespeople for Kate's team, in the same breath as confirming that she'd been well enough to be involved in a special report from her Early Childhood Foundation, made it clear that we weren't to interpret this as a sign that Kate would be back to work anytime soon. And while it can seem like what they're both saying is ominous, if she's got nothing planned for the rest of the year, it must mean she's so sick they can't even make plans for 6 months from now. It's not necessarily the alarm bell it seems. After all, it's entirely possible that Kate might be recovering nicely, but to avoid further hoopla, if she has to withdraw, for example, if she has a setback, or simply to avoid the breathless speculation that would precede any reappearance into the public eye, or just her taking advantage of her privileged position to recuperate emotionally even if her physical ordeal is over. The palace is keeping its cards very close to the royal chest when it comes to any official plans for her. In fact, a friend of Kate's who spoke to the Daily Beast seems to suggest this is the case. The key thing for her now is avoiding any kind of stress or anxiety and just getting on with the business of getting better, this pal claims, adding that the Wales family plans to bail out of the city as soon as their kids are finished the school year and head for their country home in Norfolk. And speaking of George, Charlotte, and Louisa's school, while this same story says that Kate hasn't been seen at any big events like Sports Day over the last few months, one parent says there are rumors she's done drop-off duty a few times. In many ways, both of these two anecdotes are confirmation that Kate, whatever her health status, which remains her business and hers alone, is doing exactly what she said she'd be doing in the video where she, under tremendous pressure to quell a fevered public tizzy about her whereabouts, shared her cancer news. I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal, in my mind, body and spirits, she said in March. We hope that you will understand that, as a family, we now need some time, space and privacy while I complete my treatment.